Sunday Meditation, November 8th, 1981. LL Research channeling Hatonn and Latwii. C. Channeling. I am Hatonn, and I am with this instrument. We greet you, my brothers and sisters, in the love and light of the one infinite Creator. Tonight, we would speak briefly on an aspect of love, a part which allows you to remain open to surrounding experiences without judging, without hiding. As you become more and more aware of the true nature of this illusion in which you live, you will find as growth occurs a greater insight and knowledge of the actions around you. To continue growth, one should remain open. For if one judges outside influences, even though a person may have greater knowledge than the outside influence, the act of judging is as though taking steps backwards along the path which an entity has begun to travel. For all within this illusion are part of the one, and is no worse, no better, than any other within the illusion. By remaining open to others and events that surround you in your existence, you will find that no matter what person or event is, you can benefit from the lesson offered if you will but accept it as simply another lesson to be felt, experienced, learned. And as one may learn, one may also, by example, be of service as one who may teach in what small way they can by their example. In your illusion, example is a most persuasive teaching tool. For many times words cannot reach others and will often confuse, for all are on different levels within the illusion. Each has their own awareness, and margin for understanding is often great, and many of the basic emotions that you feel in this illusion often block the spoken word by making one feel that they are being, as you in this illusion might say, talked with down to, or condemned. As we see is often the case, many who seek to preach and evangelize their particular awareness of the Creator. We of Hatonn hope that as you all grow in your seeking, that you may come to be more aware of the need to remain open to all that surrounds you, and to refrain from your emotion of hatred, to refrain from trying to judge others from your particular point of awareness. We would at this time transfer this contact to another instrument. I am Hatonn. Carla channeling. I am now with this instrument. I am Hatonn, and again I greet you in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. You see, my friends, those who judge are like the man who was convinced of the coming end of his earthly experience, convinced that these were the latter days, and that the time was at hand when judgment would be rendered for all. And so he desperately went about speaking to as many as he could and begging them to change their ways so that in this last judgment they would be able to pass the tests set before the righteous in the day of judgment. He told of many difficulties that would have to be endured, and encouraged great prayerfulness and watchfulness that all might be ready when these great latter days occur. One sunny, mild, and pleasant day, quite unexpectedly, this same prophet had a failing of his heart and was struck down. And as he lay there, he knew that his latter days had come, and that all that he had said to others he had in many ways forgotten to apply to himself. Now it was he thought, who was under judgment. And all too soon a great fear overtook this prophet of the latter days, for he, of all people, was the least prepared. This gentleman of our little story remained in your illusion, recovering from his day of judgment. It was indeed a day of judgment, for he had judged himself and found himself wanting. My friends, to refrain from discrimination is not wise, nor would we offer you guidance. For you were given a tool for use, and that tool is your intellect. And within your intellect lies the powers of discrimination and judgment. And when used correctly, much may be done with these gifts. But love, my friends, is greater than judgment, and wiser, for it knows that no matter what you may see, you see yourself. That no matter what you think about another, you think it of yourself. As you seek the truth, my friends, rest in a unity, a sense of the strength of love that binds all things, and know that all conditions, all situations, all seeming errors of the heart and mind and spirit lead ever onward to a final, complete dissolution in love. At this time, we would exercise the instrument known as S. My brother, Laitos, will be conditioning those at this time who may mentally request this conditioning. We now transfer this contact. I am Hatonn. S. Channeling. I am Hatonn. I am with this instrument. We are pleased to greet you once again through this instrument. We of Hatonn are always honored to answer your calls for our presence. We are hopeful to aid in some small way those who seek the truth and the knowledge of the one infinite Creator. We would at this time wish to exercise the one known as D1 if he would relax and refrain from analysis. We would transfer this contact at this time. I am Hatonn. D1 Channeling. I am Hatonn, and I am with this instrument. We are pleased that he is accepting the channeling vibration at this time. We of Hatonn are pleased at the progress of this instrument. I am Hatonn. Carla Channeling. I am Hatonn and am again with this instrument. We would exercise for a few sentences the instrument known as D2, and may we say we greatly appreciate this opportunity. We would transfer at this time. I am Hatonn. Still Carla Channeling. I am Hatonn and am again with this instrument. We find a good contact with the one known as D2, but find also that it is much more comfortable for this instrument at this time if we condition her and allow her to remain quiet. We will work with each of the new instruments whenever the opportunity is given us. My friends, we speak from time to time of the need for instruments such as this one. You are, of course, aware that each of you is an instrument. However, sometimes the poetry of your life, your being, your living, and your actions are not enough for the one who comes to you and seeks in a certain way, my friends, seeks with a certain philosophical bent, a certain desire for inspiration. And for this service, channels such as this one are helpful, for our function is to enable the part of your being that is often distracted or distorted by the illusion to open up to what you might call cosmic influence, so that those things which may inspire, those thoughts which may provoke further thought, might flow more directly and more straight to the heart. For our message is to the heart, my friends, not to the mind. We can talk to you about the key and show you the door to your own heart, for it is in your own heart that you will find all that you seek. Within you, my friends, lies the universe. That which you see with your physical eyes is but an image of that which you contain. Thus, we thank each who seeks to serve with all of our hearts, for to share love is the greatest privilege of which we know, and we thank you for this opportunity. At this time, we would leave this group in order that one of our sisters may speak with you through another instrument. We are always with you if you mentally request our presence. I am known to you as Hatonn. I leave you in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. Adonai. Jim, channeling. I am Latwii, and greet this group in the love and in the light of the infinite Creator. It is with the greatest of joy that we are able to join this group, and we hope that we have a good number of queries which are waiting for us. We would now offer our service, humble though it be, in this capacity of answering questions. Are there any questions at this time? Yes, Hatonn Latwii. I'm sorry. First off, is that a French name? Latwii. I am Latwii, and we assume you mean Latwii for French and not Hatonn. We are unsure of the origin of Hatonn, but may say that Latwii is a name which vibrates with the harmonies of the density of light. And we might note further that those of your planet, known to you as the people of the French persuasion, are often the bearers of light, and therein lies any significance which might be correlated with our name. Might we answer you further, my brother? Yes, one more thing. I had an experience last night, and I was curious if you could comment on it to me, because I have been mentally requesting something along those lines, and I'm not sure if it happened or if it didn't happen. I know it's vague, but can you answer it? Latwii. I am Latwii, and in this regard, my brother, we must also be somewhat vague. For experiences such as the one which you have recently had are of such a nature that the seeking for the substance or meaning of the experience by the experiencer is the most helpful of avenues to pursue. Therefore, we may only say in general that this experience was indeed in response to that which you have sought. The seeking on your part of the meaning and the call which you have made is the avenue of pursuit which we would suggest for you. May we answer you further, my brother? No, thank you. Latwii. We are thankful as well for this opportunity to be of service. May we answer another question at this time? Yes, Latwii. Is that your conditioning I've been experiencing for the past 15 minutes? Or do I just have a stiff neck? Latwii. I am Latwii, and although we are somewhat hesitant to admit that we are often a pain in the neck, we have indeed been conditioning your instrument and apologize for our over-eagerness in the attempt. May we answer you further, my sister? S. No, thank you. Latwii. We thank you, as always. Is there another question at this time? D1. Yes. Latwii, I've been in my own search for the truth. Because of my religious background, it's sometimes very helpful to me to study the Bible. Some of the things I've heard and read lately through this group, it's brought some portions of the Bible under question as to the value of that in my own seeking. Would you have any suggestions as to how I should pursue a Bible study type program, and if that would be beneficial? Latwii. I am Latwii, and in this regard, my brother, we would heartily recommend the continuation of your study of the holy work known to your peoples as the Bible. For as with all works of a sacred nature, there is indeed a great amount of inspirational information which is available through this source, as you are aware and have noted yourself. This particular source also shares the somewhat dubious distinction with all other religious types of writings of your people as having some, shall we say, pollution of the information contained within it. This in itself might seem as somewhat of a deterrent to the intensive study of its knowledge, wisdom, and love. But seen from another perspective, might also be most beneficial to those who study it. For it is the nature of your illusion that nothing can be known for certain, and it is the nature of the quest which you are upon that the seeking is most necessary, and the discrimination in the seeking is most helpful in determining that which is of value to the seeker and that which is not. If it be known to the seeker that the seeker seeks from a source that is infallible, then the strength of the seeking for the seeker has been removed, for there is no area which might be questioned, and therefore develop the seeker's discrimination. May we answer you further, my brother? D1. No, thank you. That's very helpful. Latwii. We are most grateful to you as well. Is there another question at this time? E. I have a question, Latwii, about the Sermon on the Mount. I've heard some people say that the Sermon on the Mount was for the disciples of Jesus and not for the ordinary person. And I've heard others say that the Sermon on the Mount was for everyone. Now, the problem, it seems for us, is that it's very difficult to follow the Sermon on the Mount, and so a lot of people would like to feel as though it were for disciples and not for the general population. Could you illuminate this matter at all? Latwii. I am Latwii, and shall make an attempt to shine some sort of light upon this matter. We of Latwii would suggest that each statement which you have just made is correct. That indeed this piece of work which is referred to by your people as the Sermon on the Mount is for the disciple. But we might also ask, who is the disciple? For are not all who seek the truth disciples of the truth? It is for those who seek to make of themselves the disciple. This is the choice of the people of your density and of your planet at this time. Those who do not wish to make this choice are most free to do so, or not to do so. The choice to be the disciple of the truth is a choice which will make one such a disciple when the choice is made. Any teaching which is given by any of those who are known by your people as masters is also given not only to the advanced disciple, but is given in some form to each entity upon your planet. For it is truly said that, as above, so it is below. And each entity has the capability of becoming that which is known as the disciple. May we answer you further, my brother? E. I think there are probably a lot of questions I could ask, but I will ask one more, and that is, if one knows that what is stated in the Sermon on the Mount is true and does not follow it, how does that affect one? Latwii. I am Latwii, and in this matter, my brother, we might be of most assistance by suggesting that the refusal to follow the path which one knows is most correct for that entity simply... Unfortunately, we don't get to hear the end of that answer because side 1 of the tape recording the session ends here. We pick up on side 2 with Jim channeling Latwii. I am Latwii, and am once again with this instrument. We are most grateful and thankful to each for the patience in our pause. May we be of further assistance, my brother, with this query? E. No, thank you. Latwii. We thank you. Is there another question at this time? D2. Latwii, I have a question. When Hatonn tried to channel through me earlier, I felt uncomfortable, to the point that it was distracting and I was unable to speak. Could you explain to me why that was? Latwii. I am Latwii. My sister, it is often the case with new instruments that the instrument's desire to serve as a channel will be so great that the instrument's sensitivity will be enlarged, so to speak. It is not always apparent to those of the Confederation as to the nature or strength of the vibration which will work most harmoniously with the new instrument. For the process of channeling is a process which takes place upon many levels, and there are many fine adjustments which must be made. And in the case of the new instrument, it is especially true for the ones attempting to transmit thoughts that this adjustment is often, shall we say, a difficult target to hit and is often overshot. And this is the case that was in effect for you this evening. May we answer you further, my sister? D2. Not right now, thank you. Latwii. We thank you as well. Is there another question at this time? T. Yes, I have a question. Every time I come to a meditation here, or other classes I've taken where the energy seems to be pretty intense, after a while I sit here and I start to twitch. I feel the energy that's going on in the room, and sometimes it becomes uncomfortable. But my question is, do you have any suggestions, I suppose along the lines of Kundalini practice, that you can do to further develop your ability to handle this energy so you can use it and also so it's not uncomfortable? How do you expand your capacity? Latwii. I am Latwii, and would suggest, my brother, in this case, that, as it is true with all experiences of this nature, the exercise of the experience is the situation, shall we say, or the aid which will help one the most to experience a more comfortable feeling. It is often the case with those who have practiced various forms of meditation, or what you call yoga, or other types of mind and body disciplines, that the experience from time to time is quite intense, because there has been the opening of a channel and the experiencing of the energy flowing through it. Then, the closing of the channel for a prolonged period of what you call time, and then the opening of the channel again at a later date. This continuing on a sporadic basis for some time, thereby giving the new experiencer or instrument, shall we say, a somewhat less than consistent experience. And this requires the experience of the energy on future dates to be more consonant, shall we say, or more regular. We would suggest in this case that the continuation of your meditations might be the most aid in this situation. For within this meditative state, there is the gradual opening on a consistent basis of those energy centers which are referred to by many of your peoples as the chakras, and this will enable each to open on a consistent basis. Might we be of further assistance, my brother? T. Yes. Then I infer from what you are saying that you probably wouldn't approve of chemical enhancement of this energy flow. Is that true? Just comment on things like acid and how they affect. I have an idea how they affect it, but whether this effect is good or bad, or counterproductive, or whatever. Latwii. I am Latwii, and in this situation, my brother, we would suggest that the use of what you refer to as chemical assistance to the expansion of one's awareness is much like the roulette wheel. It is of a random nature and may be on one occasion quite helpful and quite useful for the experience of increased energy flowing through the energy centers. On another occasion, it might be most detrimental to this flow, for it might be that one has, shall we say, plugged into an energy source which is not of the highest nature. For we would suggest that it is quite a large and well-populated universe that we share with many forms of life. And we would not suggest either the abstinence or the ingestion, for we feel this is a matter of your own free will, and may say that, in truth, there is no sure way of saying or predicting what the overall effect might be. For as many entities as partake in these substances, there are also as many experiences as can be had. May we answer you further, my brother? T. No, that's fine. Thank you. Latwii. We are most grateful to you as well. Is there another question at this time? E. Latwii, could you explain why it is so important that the neck be unblocked? It seems like I felt my neck being unblocked fairly often in connection with this group. Latwii. I am Latwii. My brother, we might suggest that the neck area is also correspondent to one of your energy centers, and it is quite helpful to have all energy centers unblocked if possible. But more importantly, the balance between them is more to be sought, and in each entity's case there is a certain pattern of balance that is apparent. Each entity will have certain strengths and certain what might be called weaknesses or areas which will be focused upon for further growth. In each entity's case, the area which experiences what you would describe as physical sensation during the state of meditation is that area which is experiencing some type of activation or energizing effect. In your particular instance that you have just noted, we might say that the feeling which you have experienced in your neck region, the fifth energy center, is in correspondence with that density which we inhabit, that being the density of light, numbering 5. And it is our conditioning which you are experiencing at these times. May we answer you further, my brother? E. Yes. If I understand you correctly, then you have a particular influence on the neck because it does represent fifth density. Is that correct? Latwii. I am Latwii. In general, my brother, you are correct. More specifically, we might add that we respond to the call as it is made from whatever level it is made, be it the conscious or subconscious. May we answer you further, my brother? E. No, thank you. You've been quite helpful. I would like to say, though, that I thank you for the work you've done on my neck. It's helped me quite a bit. Latwii. I am Latwii, and we are most grateful that our light chiropractic practices have been of some service. May we answer you further, my brother? E. No, thank you. Latwii. Is there another question at this time? D2. I have one more about the question that I asked you a moment ago. You said that the desire can be so strong. It seems that at times, can the desire be so strong that I perceive it as blocking. It seems it reaches a point where it just blocks. It's so strong. Is there something that I could do to alleviate that? Latwii. I am Latwii, and my sister, we would suggest that you are quite correct, that the desire can be so strong as the new instrument seeks to receive the contact, that the desire can indeed work the reverse and block that contact. We would suggest that there are no great secret rituals which one might perform to alleviate this situation, but the simple relaxation of the mind and the body is the most helpful exercise in this case. May we answer you further, my sister? D2. No, thank you. Latwii. We thank you as well. Is there another question at this time? Carla. I have one which you can answer very briefly, but I would like to observe that since you called yourself a chiropractor, perhaps you're Egyptian as well as French. We've been studying archetypes through the tarot, and I found them very interesting, and I was wondering. I know that the Confederation numbers quite a few different planets, and the archetypes have been defined to us as those which pertain to one particular logos, or sun. I was wondering if there was a larger logos which offers its archetypes for all members of the Confederation, or whether the archetypal nature of mind is third density only. Latwii. I am Latwii, and we might say that we also appreciate the Egyptian touch to your puns. In answer to your query concerning the nature of archetypes, we might also add that there are as many natures or types of archetypes as there are creators or logos, as the one known as Ra has so succinctly put it. We of Latwii have at our disposal the numbering of archetypes which approaches infinity, as do each of the members of the Confederation. For there are as many ways of perceiving the Creator as there are perceivers. And we find there is great benefit in using a great variety of ways of perceiving the one infinite Creator. For the one Creator is all that there is. May we answer you further, my sister? Carla. Yes, just to clear up one point. This number of archetypes that approaches infinity, is this due to the number of different planetary logoi, all of which are structured? Or is it due to the infinite capacity of the consciousness to create its own archetypes? Latwii. I am Latwii, and we might agree with your latter assumption, my sister. For the creators of the various systems which you refer to as the solar system is infinite, and it is upon the shoulders of these creators the necessity lies to refine, shall we say, the energy patterns which are provided by the one infinite creator in creation of all that is. May we answer you further, my sister? Carla. No, thank you. I think I'll study the ones we have here now, and then go on afterwards. Thank you very much. Latwii. I am Latwii, and thank you as well. Is there another question at this time? I am Latwii. We have greatly enjoyed the questions that you have offered us this evening. We are always thrilled at the opportunity to be of this type of service, for we learn much during these sessions. And we look forward to such sessions in what you call your future. And we shall be working in our spare time, so to speak, to match the punstership of this group. We leave you now in the love and in the light of the one infinite Creator. I am Latwii. Adonai, my friends.
Go forth then, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator.